Austin and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Don't get you tonight.
Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. With me would be the lovely ingenue of the household, the delicate and refined Tangela. And over to this side would be my humble butler, Mr. Livingston. What's wrong with you?
Your delicate and refined ingenue reworked the plumbing on the commode in my quarters to spray instead of flush.
I'm sure she did it simply in jest.
Jest? I think not.
I have little doubt there was no ill will on her part. It was probably merely a prank. The antics of a young woman ennui with the dull reality of dwelling within an enormous mansion. A practical joke veiled with bonbons.
My water closet is covered in sewage.
Oh dear. Mustn't. Enough with these two and their shenanigans. Let us instead turn our attention to tonight's film, The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, from 1973. This film was suggested to us by one of our astute viewers, Kevin in fabulous Las Vegas, and I frankly cannot fathom how we had missed this delightful gem. Starring Cohen Matthews and Elaine DeVry, this is a compelling tale about a lad's father that was nipped by a werewolf and transforms into a beast himself. The poor boy spends the entire film trying in vain to convince his mother, psychiatrist, and the local constable that his papa is infected with a particularly severe case of hypertrichosis. You'll no doubt be pleased to see many dead bodies in this 1970s classic. And joining us to watch tonight's film will be Brian Flynn from Super 7. Brian is a talented designer who created this company to make and offer some very impressive items for the world of fandom, science fiction, and horror. He'll show us some of his works, tell us what it is like working with some of the largest studios in Hollywood, and give us his take on tonight's film. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of full-moon werewolf fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. Brian Flynn from Super 7. Do you know if our viewers switched over to Channel 4, they could watch David Jansen in A Sensitive, Passionate Man?
With Angie Dickinson.
You know this film?
Unfortunately, I do.
So do you think it's better than The Boy Who Cried Werewolf?
No means, no way.
Because there's no werewolves in that film.
I think that goes without saying.
But it does have Angie Dickinson.
It does have Angie Dickinson.
Yeah, she played policewoman.
She did.
It's awesome. All right, so anyways, welcome to the show. We've got the wonderful Brian Flynn from Super 7, and the Super because they make at least 7 things. No, 7,000 things, probably.
7 million things.
7 million things are available from Brian Flynn's Super 7. How did you come up with the name for this company?
So way back in 2001, Super 7 actually started as a magazine, and the name came about as a combination of both my collection and my co-founder's collection. His was primarily Ultraman based, so there's a series called Ultra 7. I had a lot more tokusatsu and monsters, and I took Kamen Rider Super 1 and we mashed them together
There you go.
Super 7 was born.
Chemistry was made. So it was a magazine,
It was a magazine.
but you've now evolved into printed items, and I saw skateboards on your website, figurines.
We're a little bit of everything. Like, we're trying not to be limited in that regard. It's just like, what would be the coolest thing we could make? Let's go make that.
Right. And of all the cool things, what is amazing is all the different things. We were admiring how many rock star figurines you
Well,
had.
a lot of those rock stars collect toys, especially monster toys.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
What's your official word for the figures?
Official word.
Right. What do you call these little people?
Action figures, mostly.
Action figures?
Yeah.
So would you take the bloke from Metallica and like have him fight Godzilla because it's an action figure?
We might.
Yeah, right. No, well, you know, I
Kirk
imagine.
Hammett already has all the Godzilla stuff he ever could need. So
Oh, really?
That's how we get him something else he doesn't
Well,
have.
you know, those big rock stars, they can afford these things. He could probably afford the actual Godzilla. And the bloke who was inside the costume, right?
I couldn't even come up with a good non sequitur for it.
No,
but there
it's
you go.
true.
I was like, how do I say something and not offend him?
That's right. No. Well, it's okay to offend me because it happens daily.
It wasn't you I
quite
was
used to
worried
it.
about.
Oh, Kirk Hammett. No, you know, he was supposed to come on this program. And his handler was saying, oh, yeah, no, he's going to be there next month. And this went on for quite some time. And finally we gave up. Kirk Hammett, you and your Godzilla collection.
It's not that he doesn't want to be here. It's just that he's a busy man.
No, I'm a busy man too. And, you know, I had that lifestyle once, and I could tell you there's always time between concerts and tours. Anyways, what do you say we start The Boy Who Cried Wolf, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at one of your wonderful items.
Boy Who Cried Werewolf.
Well, but he also cried wolf.
I'm sure he cried
He
werewolf.
cried, where is the wolf, is what he did.
There we go.
All right, off we go. The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, 1973. We will see you after the break. You know, they don't always like us interrupting the program, but this time it's for an important message, because if you're watching us on terrestrial TV or on YouTube, eliminate the commercials by watching us on Creature Features TV. It's a new thing. You help the show. You can see all our episodes and some extras as well, and it's quite inexpensive. In fact, it's so inexpensive that Tangelo went to the store and picked up a few items that cost the same as 1 month of Creature Feature TV, like sushi. A platter of... It's not even real sushi. There's no fish in this. It's cucumber sushi. So for the same price as cucumber sushi, you can have Creature Feature TV. What else? A bag of onions. Now, we know which you would prefer. Who's going to sit home and eat a bag of onions and not watch Creature Feature TV? Get Creature Feature TV. Avoid the onions. And finally, a bottle of Drano Max Gel. Now, this is a wonderful product. However, I think you would watch Creature Feature TV more than you'd be using this to unplug your sinks. I could be wrong. Maybe you have bad plumbing. Maybe not. In any case, get Creature Feature TV. It's more delicious than Drano. The creature from the Black Lagoon is finally on Creature Features. We'll talk about this in a minute. First, this film, Kerwin Matthews. I had mentioned that he was in Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and you said that was Harryhausen's greatest.
Harryhausen's greatest movie. I know there's going to be diverse opinions, but that's the first
You think
one
so?
I really saw. Oh, my God.
Oh, so it's your favorite is why.
Oh, come on.
It is a good film. No, I agree.
The bull rowing, you've got the
Right.
skeletons, you've got the lady, the witch at the end with the
Golden Voyage had what's her face? Carolyn Monroe. You remember Carolyn Monroe, right?
The thing that you always go straight to the female lead, and I go straight to the monster.
Well, you know, and that's why you're in this business, and it has nothing to do with why I'm in this business, but no, everybody loves Carolyn Monroe.
didn't say
They
that
go
they did.
crazy about. We're trying to get her on the show. She will be here on this program soon. Don't die first, Caroline. We need you to come on the show.
That would be wonderful.
No, it'd be absolutely wonderful. Creature from the Black Lagoon. But this is a special version.
That is an amazing
I've
figure.
never seen anything like this. He's got. It's
Removable
like.
panels.
What was that model that we saw as children? The Invisible
The
or the
Visible
Visible Man.
Yeah, Visible Man.
So you can actually see how the creature operates. You know, I always thought there was like a human inside a costume, but there's obviously lungs and kidneys and things like that. So
Dead fish in the stomach.
Super 7 not only provides things for your entertainment, but it's edutainment.
Exactly.
Right?
This is how you teach the kids about the monsters of the future.
This is incredible. No. This is I've never seen anything like this. So he has a different face. Oh, that's because that's the same face with a skeleton.
That's So you
right,
can take off the front of his face and see the skeleton underneath.
That is incredible. So to make something like this, you have to start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning.
You start from the beginning, and then you have to do things, and then you finally end up with this. How long is that process?
Usually takes about 18 months.
18 months?
About 18 months.
From the physical, or is this including like the whole business contract thing as well?
No, that's from the moment we start doing like sketches and drawings
Good Lord.
to then sculpting and then cutting steel, making molds, doing the injection.
So much
production.
work.
Yeah.
Right. You know, people look and say, okay, it's a plastic thing and it's in a box and that's it. But there's an enormous amount of work that went into this.
It takes a long time. The engineering alone, just to make all those pieces snap and come off
Right.
and still work, takes. It's deceptively simple.
And there's beta testing. You know, I wonder if there's some children out there that you say, oh, would you like to try a new toy? And they show you how things don't work properly. And you go back to the drawing board with your scientists and fix those bugs, right? That's how it works, right?
Most of the kids aren't playing with it. It's mostly adult kids.
Adult kids. Well, you know, they still will,
Yeah. If
try
something
to
goes
use it.
wrong, I'll hear about it in any number of media, in any number of exclamatory verses.
Well,
if
we
you will.
don't want to hear that. That looks like a quality product, so I bet you didn't get too many complaints about that.
No, people love that one. People love that one.
All right. Well, hopefully they'll love this movie too.
I'm enjoying it. Are you?
So far, so good. I mean, if it starts off running, with a bang, it's a good start for a movie. But let's go ahead and get back to The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. And when we come back, we're going to take a look at another one of your items, right?
Sounds great.
All right, off we go. Don't go away, because if you do, you'll be sad, I'll be sad, and Brian will take you off his Christmas list. Oh, Tangela, I think I found you a new car. The new Chevy Monza, the only economy car named after a racetrack. Yeah, this looks like a very nice vehicle, does it not? You would look quite fashionable driving in this, a Chevy Monza.
I cannot imagine her driving anything.
No, she drives sometimes. She drives us all crazy. Welcome back. Brian had to step out. I think he's going to grab more things,
I believe so.
because that's typically why all guests step away for a moment. But that gives us an opportunity to do letters from you, our lovely viewers at home. And Mr. Livingston has a handful of this particular delicacy.
Not quite a handful, but a few.
Show me what you have, please, sir.
Something from Ozark, Missouri.
Ozark, Missouri. How are you, Tangela? Yep. She's getting into plumbing. I think we need to send her to plumbing school with Tracy,
Heavens
the plumber.
forfend.
All right, this is from Ozark, Missouri, from Chris Dunn. Oh, look at this wonderful handwriting.
It's quite legible.
If you want to handwrite a letter to us, do it like this. So, because I can read this completely. Well, maybe not. Let's find out. Hello, Creature Features. I hope you're all doing very well. Yes, we are. Thank you.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, stop with the toilet thing. I want to write and say how glad I am that you're finally getting more Hammer films. It's nice that you can afford them now, even after Andrew's medical bills. You know, if it wasn't for a hammer, there wouldn't be any Andrew medical bills, so there's a bit of a conundrum there, sir. Have you noticed how the blood in a Hammer horror looks more like red house paint? Yes. In fact, weren't you making a note of the fact that the blood in these Hammer horror films looks like the nail polish she uses on Sunday nights?
Very much so.
Right. I think that just adds to their campy charm. You can watch a Hammer film at noon on a Tuesday and it will feel like midnight on a Saturday. Truer words were never said, sir. That's all I wanted to say today. You guys and gals are the best channel YouTube has ever suggested to me. I told you.
They're being suggested.
No, I told you that our channel is the best one ever suggested to people named Chris.
Ah.
I'll let you get to the next letter unless I'm the last. Have a great night. No, Chris, you're the first, and thank you so much for writing to us, and send our regards to everyone in Ozark, Missouri. That must be a fun place, right?
I'm sure it is.
You know, to say, I went to the Ozarks for a moment.
Here's one from Texas.
Texas. Texas is a lovely place. It's from Shane Tovar. Or Tova. Or something like that. Oh, handwritten notes. Uh-oh. Oh, it's not so bad. It's not as good as Chris's writing, but it's not too bad either. All right, let's see. This is, goes at, Dear Creature Features, I love your show. The first time I've seen one of your episodes, it was called The Night Strangler, starring Darren McGavin. You know, we're going to be, we've shown that again recently.
We
Right?
have.
Yes. Yeah. I love the Kolchak series too. I have the full set, but not the movies. Lucky they're all on YouTube for free. Anyway, me and my family love you. You love your show. Keep up the good work. And I have a movie request. It's called Dolly Dearest, and it's free on YouTube. Anyway, give my regards to you, Mr. Livingston, and especially Tangela. And he goes, Hey, Tangela, from Chain Tova. And then there's a P.S. in different handwriting. It says, P.S. The whole family watches together. Juan, Marla, and Duncan Tova. We love you. Well, we love you too. And thank you so much for writing to us on this wonderful evening. Last one.
An email from Ontario, Canada.
Ontario. I know this place. Jennifer James. She sounds like a movie star. Does she not?
Or an author.
An author. That's true. She could be an author. But if she was a movie star, she'd probably be Jenny James, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know. All right, she goes, as a child, I grew up watching Monster Movie Matinee. So it was an extremely happy chance of fate when I found your program on YouTube. I absolutely love your show, and the cast is fantastic. See, I told you we're a cast.
Oh.
No, well, he thinks I spell cast with an E, but there's no E. So we are a cast.
I am aghast.
A cast of characters. I absolutely love your show, and the cast is fantastic. My son and I think Miss Tangela looks like a young Kirsten Dunst. You know, I can see her being exposed to sunlight and burning to a crisp, like in Interview with a Vampire. No, she makes that face sometimes. You know, the burning from the sun type thing. Love Livingston's dry sense of humor. And Vincent, you are an incredible host. Looking forward to many more episodes. Jennifer James, Ontario, Canada. Well, thank you, Jennifer. And Mr. Livingston's sense of humor. You know, that's a very subdued thing, I would say.
In the right situation.
That's right. That it?
That's it.
That is it for letters. If you'd like to send us a letter of your own, go to Hello Creature Features. It's part of our website, which shows you how to send us an email, how to send us a handwritten letter, how to send us a package of things, or how to transfer large sums of cash to my Swiss bank account. I was joking about the last. They know by now that the last item is not something I actually want. Like that time I asked for manure, but we actually got some. In any case, we'll be right back soon with Brian, but let's get back to The Boy Who Cried Werewolf.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features. If you are just joining us, you're somewhat tardy, but we shall forgive you because we've got a wonderful guest, Brian Flynn from Super 7, and we are watching a wonderful movie, The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. 1970. Were you around in 1973?
I was.
You were?
I wasn't around much, but I was around.
You look too young to have been from that decade.
I don't know. This gray kind of gives it away.
Well, there's so many. There's young women dyeing their hair gray now.
Yeah, but
So you never know from gray.
it might come back around. It hasn't worked quite that well in my factor.
Right. Anyway, so we'll get back to the film in a minute, but first, what is this monstrosity?
This is the Bride of Frankenstein, and this is our Super Soapies line. So for
Super what?
Soapies.
What in God's name is that?
Well, in the 1960s, they had a product called Soakies, which were figural bathtub shampoo containers, and they made Universal Monsters in there. It was the one of the only places you could get Universal Monsters back then. So monster collectors.
So it's basically a bottle, is what it was.
It was a bottle full of shampoo.
Right.
And so collectors and monster fans would all go track down these old shampoo bottles and collect them because you could get Creature and Frankenstein,
Right.
Wolfman. And when we started making toys, I was like, I want to make Soakies again. They're such a unique style.
So there's your Super 7 brand of shampoo in this bottle.
Well, I don't want to get into a lawsuit of some kid putting that on their head and then burning their scalp. So instead, we switched out from shampoo to bubbles. So it's a little silly. So you take off the head and you can blow bubbles.
You take off the head.
Take off the head, spin the head off.
Oh.
Linda Blair.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh, it's got the thing.
Yep.
Real bubbles.
Real bubbles. Well, there you go.
I think Tangela will have a field day with this when she comes out here because she loves bubbles. Oh, I see how it works now.
Yeah.
You cannot blow. You cannot be a blowhard like me and operate a bubble machine.
It was perfectly set up for the pun.
That's wonderful. And so, Bride of Frankenstein, do you have more?
We have Bride, we have Creature, we have Frankenstein, we have Dracula, we have Wolfman, Metaluna Mutant.
What is Metaluma Mutant?
This Island Earth.
Oh, that's the... Yes.
Brain.
Right.
That's right. And then we did the orange and black ones just at Halloween because monsters
That's the
and
color.
Halloween, it's like
Yes.
chocolate and
No,
peanut butter.
Of course. No, this man's brilliant. I think you're going to make a lot of money with this company
Maybe one day.
one day. All right, let's get back to the film. And when we come back, you're going to show us another item, right?
Sounds great.
All right, off we go to The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. Don't go away because more bodies are coming. Promise.
Hey, this is Alex out of Waco, Texas. I just love your show. I'd like for you to air Fiend Without a Face one day. You will enjoy that one. I still love your show. We all watch it. Keep up the good work.
You know Brian Flynn from Super 7. If your father had been a werewolf, wouldn't you have been a bit more keen to the fact than this lad?
I don't know. That's a lot of hair to go around. You never know.
That's the thing. Hairy people, you have to wonder. Maybe they're part werewolf. I meet people on the street sometimes. I wonder if they're part Cro-Magnon. Right?
That's
Neanderthal,
more likely,
I never know.
That's more likely than the
Right.
part werewolf.
No, that's right. What am I looking at? This is Vincent Price.
It's Vincent Price.
I love Vincent Price.
Exactly.
We had his daughter. Right,
She's wonderful.
sitting in that chair right there. She's very nice. I think in the Price family, niceness runs because her father was the same way. You watch an interview with Vincent Price, he was one of the nicest men ever.
There's no stories that you hear of him not being absolutely wonderful.
He would stop what he was doing to sign autographs and everything. So this looks like it glows in the dark.
It's a glow in the dark. That's our second version of Vincent Price. And then the card back is an homage to the 1977 Remco glow in the dark figures.
Now, is this a crow or a raven?
That's a raven.
It's a raven. Of course it's a raven. It's Vincent Price. And the raven glows in the dark as well. This is incredible. So what else we have?
So then this is a new line we just started called Halloween Kids. And
Halloween Kids.
like the coolest thing, one of the coolest things about Halloween when you were a kid was dressing up in costume.
Right.
And which mask am I going to get? And the hot plastic
Right.
swimsuit and everything that didn't move very well and crinkled. It was wonderful.
And
then
this-
you got candy for it.
This is that.
Yeah, it's that sort of just brought back over. And we're like, how do we do
Oh, look,
something new?
it's a little blonde girl, and this mask comes off.
Mask stays on, actually.
The mask is attached,
Mask is attached, but it looks like it came.
it looks almost like Tangela. She's got a little ponytail.
It is probably young Tangela. Right
Young
there.
Tangela would dress up as this is the Metaluna.
That's the Metaluna mutant from This Island Earth.
Metaluna mutant. How wonderful. All right, there's that one. Let's see this one. This would be
That is Bacula. That is Bacula from a line called The Worst, which was a line of characters that we came up with a while back where we're like, the bad guys in most of these movies have the best costumes
right.
and the best personalities. What if we made a line of toys that was just nothing but bad guys?
Oh, so this is a bat.
So that is Bacula.
And the costume looks almost like a Dracula type.
Well, he is a vampire.
Right.
He's a vampire bat.
Fantastic. I love the artwork they've done here with it's like so 60s.
Completely.
Right. All right. And the last?
Last, here we go. I believe that is Captain Deadstar. Yes, it is.
Captain Deadstar.
International space pirate. He's a rogue.
Now, did you create this character? Is
I
this
did
existing?
Bacula. Josh, that works at Super 7, did Captain Deadstar.
You're onto something here. You should be creating your own cartoon.
Well, hopefully one day we'll get that chance.
Right. No, this is one. And your own line of actual costumes.
Yes.
These would be the prototypes, and then they'd make them bigger. You'd take it to your scientists and say, do this, but make it bigger. Right?
Exactly.
And that's it. That's all.
That's it.
And
It's that easy.
No, it's done. And this one comes with a pumpkin. The others did not come with pumpkins. Did they just
That one's got the paper bag.
a paper bag
'Cause
and
that's-
a paper bag?
yeah.
All right, no, that's
It took me
fine.
a couple years to graduate to the plastic pumpkin. At first, you just had the.
It's
grocery
too
bag.
much weight. You want your weight to be all for candy and not for. Anyways, all right. What do you say we get back to this film, and then when we come back, we're gonna take a look at one more thing, right?
Sounds awesome.
All right, off we go to The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. We will see you soon. Bye.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're just joining us, I think they might as well just switch over to that other movie, right?
No, I mean, even I realize Angie Dickinson is nice, but you're still going to want more werewolf in your life.
He's right. And the ending of this film is allegedly quite good, so maybe
Stick
it's worth...
around for the best part.
Well, you know, maybe all people should watch movies like that. Just go to the end and see the end, and that's it. It's like the Reader's Digest version of movie watching. No, you're right. I agree.
What were those little yellow books you had as a kid? Cliff Notes.
That's right.
That's
The Cliff Notes
the
version
monster
of watching
movies.
the film. But you need to see the beginning, the middle, and the end to do it proper, right? What in God's name is this?
That is 1200 Degree Godzilla.
1200 degree. It looks like zombie Godzilla.
That is the moment where Godzilla is melting down from his nuclear rage and everything as he fights Destroyer. These are the last moments of Godzilla alive. The skin literally
Which
falling
film?
off his face. Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Oh, you know, I think we used to use clips from that in our intro. That looks like a fantastic film.
It is a fantastic film.
Yeah, no. And so you created this, which looks like sort of a cheddar cheese version of Godzilla, right? No?
It's a clear orange plastic, so as you pull it, if you pull it out of the box especially, like you can see through it. It's lighting up. It's got yellow highlights on it and everything. And
Oh,
then
nice.
the bones coming out and everything.
How fantastic. So I imagine you have quite a few different variants of Godzilla in your catalog, right?
We do, but this is the first time this version of Godzilla has ever been made in toy form anywhere, ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So, Godzillas. What's the biggest Godzilla figurine you've ever seen?
Ever seen?
Yes.
As far as a figure and not a statue, if it was still a toy, probably the Bondi figures from the late 90s. They made a 3-foot version.
3-foot Godzilla.
Yeah.
So what scale would that be? 1/200th?
I think the scale is way too big for my house.
Right. Now, it'd be nice to have a 3-foot Godzilla, because, you know, like a live 3-foot Godzilla, because it'd be like a pet.
Yeah,
right?
little pet Godzilla.
Yeah, you know, you give it a piece of lettuce.
Let it start the burner on the stove for you.
Yes. No, it could be like a pilot light
Yeah.
for a gas system. No, that's something you should invent when the technology gets there. Because, you know, right now he can only work with plastic, but maybe someday you'll be able to do genetic engineering and make that 3-foot live Godzilla.
They did make the Godzilla lighters in the 70s.
You know, I don't think children should have access to flame. It could be me, but, you know.
But that if that was the case, then half the movies we're going to watch are going to be out the window.
He's right, you know. And also, half of the monsters will live, because in almost every film, they destroy the monster with fire.
Exactly.
There you go. Before we get back to the film, what's your URL web address?
Super7.com.
Easy.
SUPER and the number 7.
7.com with an actual number 7. Don't spell out 7. Don't use the Roman numeral 7. Super7.com.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
wonderful. All right. Let's get to the end of The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. And when we come back, we're going to find out something fun. And when we come back, we're going to find out what you're doing next. We'll have Tangela here. So if you see the credits roll on the film, does not mean our program's over. It just means the bloody film is over. And we don't want you to go away. So we'll see you soon. Bye.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
And that ends The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. What'd you think of the film, Tangela? I mean, you know, she's kind of like a boy who cries werewolf, except she's a girl and doesn't really cry much. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen her cry at all. No, nothing affects her. All right, well, great movie. We might show it again someday. We'll see. Who knows? But what's next for Brian and Super 7?
A lot more monsters, a lot more rock stars, and a lot more fun.
Well, it's fantastic stuff. Have you ever considered going into a different line, like maybe, I don't know, bicycles, or, maybe compete with SpaceX and build a rocket or something like that?
I think that's slightly out of my budget. But
Oh,
you never
well,
know.
no, you have to work your way up to it, I understand. But, you're becoming like a conglomerate, right? I mean, you make these skateboard things and figurines and printed stuff and shirts, and rockets are next, right? No?
If I get to rockets, we'll all go to space together.
All right, that's the plan. No, I've always wanted to go to space. In fact, people have often said that I seem like I'm a spacey type of person, right? She said it more than once. All right, well, thank you so much, Brian, for coming on to the show. Next time you're in town, come see us, and we'll go get fish dinner. And she won't go because she doesn't like fish. As far as you guys go, thank you so much for watching our program. We know you could have been watching that David Jensen film, but instead you stayed here with us. And for that reason, we love you, and we'll see you next week. So, Brian, all these rock star figurines you've done before, I could think of one you haven't done yet.
I think a Tangella figure might sell better.